water's not nearly as nice. So, most of our experiments right here now are, we're basically doing validations for models. So, you know, like say our fish over there, we've injected them with something that will leave a ring in their bone, you know, like tree rings on their backbone developing. So you put a little something in there, it marks it, and then any growth from that point is, you know, you can actually say, okay, we grew from here to here. You then take that into the wild population, and you can say, okay, so this ring from here to here actually is, we know for a fact, is this amount of time. And then you plug that in your model and say, okay, so these fish are this particular age, and we know this for a fact, and then you can get much better things. You know, in some cases, you might think it's a year, and it might end up being 3 years, and if you plan on that, your models can get all messed up. Yeah, it helps with just about everything. So, all the scallops in here are really for one project right now, where one group she's feeding as much as they can eat. The next group she's feeding a quarter of them. And she's looking at what they're actually depositing into their shell. She's been seeing some things show up, you know, different times of year, you know, different amounts of growth, and she wants to basically say, okay, they're depositing this at this time of year, you know, with this amount of food, and then she can take that and, you know, type it into things and do what she has to do. But you ever seen scallops up close?
Not that.
These guys are pretty cool. So you look at them, they actually have tentacles coming out here. These tentacles are for tasting, feeling, like if a starfish comes up and touches one of those, they go, and they'll actually swim away from them. And then they also have, all these spots are actually eyes, so they're photosensitive. So if a shadow goes over a fish or something, they'll do that. But then they also will swim. So right now, he's actually trying to swim away from us. So you disturb these guys at all, and they'll try to get away from you, and they do all these crazy little things. They're really neat little animals. Just watch out. You might scratch a little bit. There you go. But they're really cool. The only part that we eat in this country is the actual muscle that's opening and closing it. It's so big so they can actually swim. They pull water in, and then they force out the body, and it just kind of dams up. They cover large distances. So these guys here, we've given them a bath in tetracycline, which is an antibiotic. It's actually marked their bones already. We just did this the past week, and now these guys are going to be in here for 1 to 2 years. Feeding them as much as they want to eat, letting them grow. We're going to do the proper temperature cycle. It goes up and down, matching outside. And then eventually, they'll dissect them out. They'll look at those vertebrae, and they'll be able to really age them properly. These guys are called window pane flounder. They're mostly bycatch, but their bycatch actually does shut down other industries. Yeah. They catch too much of them. Yeah. But they are cute little flounders. Fish, monkfish. So they do have the little fishing lure. It basically starts at their top lip there and runs between their eyes. Lure. A little thing, they'll sit there and dangle. Other fish come in to eat it, and then they explode up and eat everything.
Oh, okay.
These guys are basically little tanks. They found them, you know, with 14 flounder in them, those ducks. They can eat just about anything. Their teeth are full. They're on a hinge. So they're all in the mouth there. And you can't really see them because they have skin covering them, but they're on a hinge.
Is that right at the end?
No, those are actually to help break up their outline. Their mouth is
Underneath with a little...
yeah, right on the top here. When his mouth fully opens, he's gonna be about this big. Their teeth are on hinges, so as things go in, they go down. When things try to go out, they lock back into place.
How are you?
Oh, hi, very nice to meet you. Yes, yes, very nice to meet you. This is Josh, one of my students. Come on, everybody come in. This is
How we doing?
Jim. This is my chief engineer. This is Georgia, who's a PhD student. This is Dana, PhD. This is Sam Fiska, another one of our great students. And I guess just you want a little bit.
Yeah, we have like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. We're going to give you a real abbreviated. This is our underwater vehicle in pieces. The good news is I've been prompted by the administration to say the reason it's in pieces is because, and it's true, is that we've sent away to have things calibrated, upgraded, etc. It is not in the repair shop. Okay. But we deploy this. It can go down to 300 feet. And we've recently developed some new navigation techniques that we can deploy at any place in the world and virtually in any ocean, but only down to this 300 feet. There are other vehicles that can go much deeper, but they have a different level of capability. And we operate this typically in what we call a yo-yo mode. So we go up and down, and we do our laboratory. We are looking at the smallest scale of ocean variability down to less than a millimeter. And you probably want to know why the heck, we won't use any other words, would the government and U.S. Navy pays for most of my stuff.
I noticed that.
Want us?
Anchor in the Marine Corps logo there.
Yeah, well, I worked for the Office of Naval Research for probably most of my career. I only came here about 10 years ago. But the reason this stuff is because all the big stuff, the stuff that, you know, the Gulf Stream and all the major stuff, eventually the energy gets lost to this stuff. So in order for us to know something about mixing, how heat gets redistributed, how things slow down and speed up, we would argue we have to know this little stuff. So that's basically what we do. I think I beat the...
Very good, thank you.
How much is that when it's weighed?
This thing weighs, what is it, 110 pounds?
Yeah, I think about 120 pounds. That's
Yeah.
a Massachusetts product, Hydroid.
Oh, yeah, Hydroid is a spin-off from Woods Hole Oceanographic. Yeah, that vehicle, right now, we've probably invested close to $1 million in everything. That's our fins, our control surface. We have a whole, you can't see it, we have certain instruments in the front. We have an acoustic device which we send back, which projects sound upward, downward, and this guy is another acoustic. This is like an acoustic imaging device. We can actually see details on the bottom to like an inch. So you can see like your lobsters and other things. That's not what we do here. We're mainly involved in what's called physical oceanography, but we do work with biologists and other people who are interested in that stuff.
My name's Tiffany and I'm 24 years old. I've been living at the Harbor House Family Shelter for 4 months. I was really good in school at first, and then all my friends influenced me to skip school every day, all day long, yeah. When I used to skip school, I used to smoke weed, drink alcohol, chase boys, steal stuff, get arrested. On my 17th birthday, I went to jail. Not having a high school diploma, I don't have any of that, and I'm living in a family shelter with 16 other families. I can go back and change everything. I definitely would stay in school and get my diploma. If I can give advice to people, it'd be stay in school and don't let anybody, bring you down and tell you to influence you to do anything wrong. I'm looking for a home for my family. Where are you headed?
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.